Is to show the extents and the divisions between the land at Tremain. I'm currently facing the building and the entrance, what would have been the entrance to the road, and it clearly shows the boundary with the adjacent property Llandderry. If I then turn round, swing round, behind these bales is where the original fence line was. I'm going to look at the ground here. You come to about this point here. You can't see it now. It's been because a lot of the ground was moved when the farmer removed all my trees and property, but you will notice that we are 40 or 50 feet from the other boundary. If we then turn the opposite way around, you can see there is a tree, and there's actually a line of trees along there. Now, I know for a fact that this boundary sits along this line here, because in the middle of the winter you can see there's a very distinct raised hump, and if you walk into what I consider the second part of the property, as we walk through, what you then get to is, and believe it or not, if you look at this line of silage which I've dumped, I've actually deliberately dumped it along. If you look at it, this is about 18 inches high, but it again sits up against another distinct line here, and then over the other side of the distinct line is another 30 or 40 feet, which then leads to the adjacent river. And this is part of the land that is clearly shown on the land registry for the adjacent property, which is Llandderry, which I believe you can just see through the trees. There we are. That's the property Llandderry, and I'm standing on what is effectively the boundary right now. If I back at the front again, if I swing to the side, you'll notice that we're now 50 or 60 feet away from the remains of the building. In the middle there is the small piece of fence that I've erected to cover the entrance that I made, and we get to here, which is where the other boundary line, actually no, the other boundary line is just slightly further across. It's just where these trees are. But again, this boundary line then travels all the way to the rear of the plot, and is the one that is actually shown on the land registry document for next door.